All right, let's look at this here. So this is something I think this might be Devon Island. There's a bunch of places where NASA trains like Mars rovers, right, on landscapes that are somewhat similar but not identical to Mars, but have some of the same elements, so they can see how the Mars rover will do on Mars, right? And one of them is Devon Island. There's a place down in South America. There's some other places. I think this might be Devon Island. I'm not sure. But the conspiracy theory is we're not going to Mars at all, right? That actually what's going on is, look at this. There's a Mars rover and it's somewhere on Earth, and they just like put it into Photoshop and change it to red. And the assumption here is, well, look, I could fool myself. So who's to say that we couldn't just fool that NASA couldn't fool all of us? Well, maybe that's because fooling yourself is actually pretty easy because you're being a dupe, Sorry, my patience is not here for people at this point, I guess. Today, maybe it's too early. The question is, will AI mode be able to process this? So let's hop to AI mode and see if AI mode explains this. Obviously, I know a lot about this already, so I'm not going through this claim for the first time. I've seen the versions of this claim for years. Top image is of a terrestrial location on Earth that is in appearance similar to Mars. Bottom image is a color adjusted, not a photo of Mars itself. Yeah, it doesn't quite get the point here, right? The point is this person saying, like, because this is possible, this is kind of a crappy response. The South American place was Atacama Desert in Chile is one of the places we have a Mars analog site where they train rovers. So what do we do here? It hasn't really gotten the point, and that's one thing I do want you to look at is it getting the point of the thing here? So even if you don't know the background that I know, let's try this. I think I'm just kind of making stuff up here. Point the poster was making is that because NASA trains rovers here, and it can be made to look like Mars, that it is easily faked. I think that's the point. I think the person might be making an even more like ridiculous point, which is they might be saying, "Oh, this was originally a Mars picture, but it actually came from here." That would be a little weird because I can actually see two people in the picture. I doubt NASA would leave two people in a Mars photo. I mean, unless they want to just claim that we landed on Mars, I suppose. Okay. All right, so we nudged it here, and I think it helped. While it's true that NASA uses locations on Earth that are geological and climatically similar to Mars to train rover teams and test equipment, there's no evidence that the agency uses these to fake Mars. It utilizes these Mars analog sites around the world for a variety of research: Devon Island, Atacama, Mojave, Iceland, the crater on Iceland, dry valleys, Antarctica. Images released from NASA are genuine, although they are sometimes color corrected to help scientists analyze the surface or show what the scene might be like under Earth-like lighting. NASA provides access to both the raw, unprocessed image and the color. So also just noting that NASA does sometimes color correct or color modify images, but it always provides the raw image as well if you want to look at the raw image. So that's a good response. And so I do think that we've got a lesson here. It's amazing to me. We always find a lesson. The lesson here is when you put one in, if you look and you see, it's not really getting the point. The point it thought here that was being made is that this would be a photo of Mars, right? And that this, and you can kind of see like a photo of Earth down here has been labeled Mars, and the response is saying, no, that photo that's labeled Mars is actually Earth, right? Is actually Earth, right? It's not Mars. But that's not the point the person was making. The point the person was making is this more ridiculous point. And so what did we do in this case? In this case, we tried gently, right? We didn't push back and say, well, what do you think about it? We tried gently to say, look, let's clarify that point. I think the point the poster was making is that because NASA changed rovers here and it can be made to look like Mars, it could be easily faked. And once we did that, we got a response that was, I think, a pretty good response to this, saying, nope, this is a common conspiracy theory. NASA uses these sites around the world. It provides raw photos, non-color corrected photos of the things that we do get from Mars. I think that's pretty good.